Today we're installing on the Arctic Cat Prowler 2006 through 2010. Again, 2006 through 2010. Now, basically this is our windshield, how it would come shipped to you. Obviously it's wrapped up in some plastic and all that stuff. The tools that you're going to need today is a Phillips head screwdriver. This is a T20 little star ring there, and a 7/16 inch wrench. Basically, is all the tools you'll need, other than what we supplied to you. And what we want to do to begin with here is we want to peel this plastic here on the windshield, protective plastic on both sides, and we want to peel this plastic back just kind of past these slots in the windshield. The reason we do this is it allows us to put the windshield on and make sure that it all fits right. Fluff right there. So we want to make sure that it all fits good before we remove the protective plastic. We cannot take returns back if the protective plastic is still, if the protective plastic is not factory attached still. Because of the square bars, what we use, and this is your install kit that will be supplied with your little windshield. And in that install kit, we have a series of straps and 2 center support brackets. So we can just get those all out of the bag when you're doing this. Now when you do this, we want to take our Velcro strap, having it face us, smooth side facing us, clip to the front, pull that around, and we're just going to loop this on here. We're not even going to worry about getting this all that tight in a second. I'm just going to hook these 2 on here real quick. Again, smooth side facing you, clip to the front, slide that guy in. And just soft is good. And then we're gonna, so smooth side facing you, strap in. Okay. So now that we've got these 4 straps on loosely like this, what we're going to do is we're going to pop open our hood. We're going to get, as I mentioned before, the T20 little star ring. We're going to take this guy out right here. Take that out. Bracket number 1 in there. And basically what I'm really doing right here is I'm just making sure that my windshield is all lined up in a good, that it's right height, that there's no reason that we can't tear the protective plastic off of it. So I just want to get everything centered, and part of centering for height is your bracket here, because it's going to tell you what the height of your windshield will be. So this guy's going to need to come down just a little bit more. Yep. And we'll be solid. So I know that I'm good on, I can see that my positioning is good. I gotta pop, I'm going to push this side down, and that's going to pop underneath there really tight. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this protective plastic so you can see the install easier. Don't remove it until you verify that it all fits correct. I'm going to take that other bolt off right there. Set that guy up in there. I'm going to secure those down pretty nice and snug right there on this, just because those nice and tight. Nice and tight. And we'll go a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to take bolt nut and lock washer. Take that. Put that through there. We've got our windshield position. Now, due to the fact that we don't have the clamps, what we want to do before we cinch down those top brackets is we want to make sure that our windshield is just, basically smooth with the edge. So that's the thing you want to do. Just verify on both sides that you're smooth with the edge. And now we're actually in a position to where we can tighten it down. So let's cinch these down. Now with these, just use the lock washers that are provided. Do not use any Loctite or anything like that. Loctite is not designed for plastic and will destroy it, so don't use it. We're going to go around and hook these straps up here. We'll hook these center support brackets up, dash brackets. And that's set. Now at this point, I'm going to take these and I'm going to really cinch them down really tight. So they're nice and snug. So there will be no movement in them. And then I'm going to go over and do the exact same thing on the opposite side here. Okay. Now we've completed a large part of the installation process. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to peel off this protective plastic on both sides of this, so I can show you how it straps up. So, and we're going to lock it up into place. And this is how we're going to drive or ride with it going down the trails. So when it gets cold, it gets dusty, we tilt our windshield up, we have a nice airflow, or we reduce our airflow, keep the water and the snow and all that stuff off. It's a cold office. Now, one thing I will say about this little gap here at the top, you may get some water in through this gap, but what you will also get is air circulation into this gap, which will reduce your dust buildup when it's a dusty trail and it's also cold. Because usually when it's really dusty, I just take my windshield down because airflow increases. But if you have a little gap like this, it does cause some air circulation, which isn't all bad. So, and we're installed. Now, for when we want to ride in a down position, or we're going to be towing it, or we're out on the trail and the windshield gets dirty, we're going to tilt this windshield down. Because when it gets dirty, the advantage to our windshield is that a vertical windshield like this is very difficult to wash when you're out on a trail. All windshields that are out there for UTVs are really designed, other than the tempered glass ones, which they have their own issues. So other than tempered glass, all windshields on the market need to be rinsed off with water before you wipe them down with any cloth. Which makes it virtually impossible when you have an upright windshield, you're out on the trail and you're trying to do this. If you got your power washer at home, simple and easy. Out on the trail, not so much. So the advantage to ours is that you can just simply quick unstrap these. Oh, I should have popped that side out. Pop that out, tilt this down. So when we're towing, when we're hot, or when we go to wash it, because it's the perfect position now, we tilt it down, rinse it off with a little bit of water, dry it off with a clean cloth, tilt it up, wash off the outside, dry it off with a clean cloth, windshield's clean, nice, ready to go, and you won't scratch it and mar it up. So now, but we're going to be, it's warm, we're tilting our windshield down, or we're going to be towing this home, and we have an open trailer. So we're going to slide strap number one, again, always smooth side facing us, clip to the top, smooth side facing us, clip to the top. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a slight bit of tension on here. I'm not going to get too carried away because I got to put some bumpers on here. Smooth side facing us. What this does with having both smooth side facing us is that when we go to strap this together, we've basically got a double Velcro, so that we get a nice, you're protecting yourself with your straps by having two of them connected instead of just one. While we're on the strap thing, you know, these can get worn over time. That is something that you, as an owner of it, need to pay attention to. If they get worn, brittle, broken, what have you, they need to be replaced, because if you're towing this down the road, or if you're riding it down the trail, you want that windshield locked in a nice stationary down position so as to not damage the windshield or to hit you in some way. So we want to put our, okay, So in our bumpers, we're going to put 2 bumpers right here. And then what we want to do is push that windshield down to the body. Figure out where it's going to hit right there. Right there. We're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so now I've got my 4 bumpers on, and what we're going to do here is we're going to pull this tight. I'm going to grab hold of this outside strip, I'm going to pull it down nice and tight to me, and I'm going to take this inside one and reach it up as high as I can. Lock it into that one, lock that one into that. So now I've got it double Velcroed, solid down. We're going to move to the other side. I'm going to pull tension on this one, nice and tight, hook the back one, and then lay that front one over there. Now this is how our windshield is going to be when we're towing it down the road, when we're riding it with it down the road. So it's nice and secure, it's not going to be bouncing, flipping, coming up and hitting us or hurting us in any way. Basically that is all there is to taking care of this. You know, again, just rinsing it off with water is a maintenance thing. Will keep the windshield looking good for the long haul. We appreciate your business. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Thanks.